One former U.S. official believes that China could get total hold of the Ayungin Shoal if the Philippines does not refurbish its ship that serves as an outpost to ward off aggressors. Environment Chief Tony Yulo Loizaga brushed off accusations that she is afraid of the big businessmen behind Manila-based reclamation projects. And a group warns of empty shelves in supermarkets and more expensive rice if the government does not act on food prices soon. Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's a roundup of stories we're watching now. I'm Sean Yao. One expert sees the Philippines losing Ayungin Shoal to China if the BRP Sierra Madre remains unrepaired. U.S.-based international security expert, retired Colonel Ray Powell noted that the grounded ship is deteriorating. He says Beijing might just build structures or posts where the warship is if the vessel is left in its current condition. The BRP Sierra Madre was intentionally grounded in the disputed waters back in the late 90s and remains in commission as an outpost there to boost Manila's claim in the disputed waters.
China's blockade, if it continues on its current trajectory, time favors China because the ship, BRP Sierra Madre, is visibly deteriorating and becoming structurally unsound. None of us in this room know when it will become uninhabitable, when it may break up, when it might slide off the shoal, when perhaps China could move in to rescue the Philippine sailors who are stationed there and all of a sudden gain control of the shoal.
And for his part, retired Justice Antonio Carpio suggests to build a civilian lighthouse in Ayungin. Should China protest the construction, Carpio explains that Manila can invoke the 2016 Arbitral Award as it covers civilian activities.
So we have to change our tact. And we can put up a lighthouse there because that's within our exclusive economic zone. We have the exclusive right to put up any structure that we want within our exclusive economic zone. And the lighthouse is good for navigation. If joint patrol does that happen, then the president must make a decision. Do we send the survey ship with our Navy alone, Coast Guard and Navy to protect it?
President Bongbong Marcos stands firm that the Philippines has never agreed to remove the BRP Sierra Madre from the Ayungin Shoal. The president's remark is on the back of China's claim that Manila promised to tow away the grounded ship. Beijing also reiterated its ownership of Ayungin and justified its Coast Guard's water cannon attack on Philippine vessels on August 5.
I'm not aware of any agreement that the Philippines should remove from its own territory its own ship, the BSP Sierra Madre, from the Ayungin Shoal. And let me go further. If there does exist such an agreement, I rescind that agreement as of now.
In other news, senators are pushing for the importation of LNG or liquefied natural gas amid the depletion of supply in the Malampaya oil and gas field. It was revealed in a Senate hearing that the energy reserves of Malampaya can only stretch until 2027. Senators are fearing of massive brownouts if LNG is not imported soon, since power distributors do not have independent sources for natural gas. Meantime, one of the companies operating in Malampaya said it will start drilling new wells in the deepwater gas field in 2025. This way, new supply of natural gas will be available by 2026. Apart from supply issues, this could also benefit the country's transition from coal to cleaner sources of power like LNG. We're bringing you more stories after this quick break. Keep it here on News. You're back on One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. The Environment Department has clarified that all 22 Manila Bay reclamation projects have been suspended. In today's palace briefing, DENR Secretary Tony Yulo Loizaga reported that all of the initiatives are under review. Loizaga added that her agency is conducting a cumulative impact assessment of the projects to see how they affect the Manila Bay. The DENR chief also assured that she cannot be influenced by those behind the reclamation projects.
So this is Senator Villar's, I guess, statement of concern regarding this very complicated issue. And I'm very grateful for our interaction, no? But we are here to do our job. Nangyari po ito before I joined government, so I will not venture to say what happened then. Ang role ng DENR dito is to stay within our mandate. Hindi lang po ang DENR ang kasali doon. There are 13 other agencies aside from us na in-order ng Supreme Court to rehabilitate the Bay. Now, if we are to do what we have been obligated to do by the Supreme Court, we need to do the review of these projects. I'm not easily scared.
In other news, one group is warning of possible empty shelves in supermarkets if the Trade Department does not approve the request by manufacturers to hike prices. On the big story, Philippine Chamber of Agriculture and Food President Danilo Fausto said both the production and manufacturing sectors are struggling. Challenges include rising fuel costs, the El Niño's impact, effects of past typhoons, and the recent daily wage hike in Metro Manila. Fausto warned that if the DTI does not act on the proposed hike on the prices of basic goods, manufacturers may have no other choice but to halt delivery.
The manufacturers, I think, have no choice but to ask for a little increase in order to recover, or else they might be losing money and not operate at all. Hindi na sila magdi-deliver. We will have a vacant shelf. Hindi mo naman sila mapupwersa kung palugi na sila magmamanufacture, kung palugi sila magpo-process, bakit pa sila magtitinda?
And still on the Philippine Chamber of Agriculture and Food, it is also seeing more expensive rice in the coming months. The group's president, Danilo Fausto, claimed that prices of imported rice could shoot up by 4 pesos per kilo. Recall that Bloomberg reported about rice in Asia soaring to the highest level since 2008 due to global supply issues. It also does not help that recently, Thailand has been hounded by production issues, and India has imposed a ban on rice exports. In turn, Fausto is calling on the government to boost local rice supply by providing support to increase the crop's output in the Visayas and Mindanao.
If you notice, first quarter of this year, ang Western Visayas has planted more areas of palay than Central Luzon. And yet, the Western Visayas is producing a yield of 65 kabans per hectare, while Central Luzon and the Cagayan Valley is producing 120 to 130 kabans, double that of Western Visayas. If we can increase the yield of the Visayas area and Mindanao, it can increase our supply of rice, and we might not need to import rice in the first place.
And on a lighter note, voice talent and content creator Inka Magnaye has signed a contract with Warner Brothers Philippines for her upcoming role in a DC film. Inka will voice Kajida or Scarab in the Philippine release of the DC film Blue Beetle, which will be out on August 16. The character will be assisting lead Jaime Reyes, played by Cobra Kai actor Xolo Maridueña, in learning his superpowers. According to Warner Brothers Philippines digital marketing manager Bonch Santos, Inka was their only pick for the role. Inka is the first Philippine-based talent to lend her voice to a DC film. One News Now will be back tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. I am Sean Yao. We are One News. All sides, all the time.